Well, today the prosecution resting its case in the massive Feeding Our Future meal fraud trial. In a surprising turn, the defense calling its first witness Amy Bach, the alleged mastermind behind the scheme. Joe McCoy was in the courtroom today and joins us with new perspective about what it means. Joe?
Julie, this is adding an entirely new dynamic to the trial. Prosecutors will now have the chance to cross-examine Bach, but she clearly feels like she can help her case, even though her attorney told reporters yesterday he was not advising her to testify.
In a surprising twist, Amy Bach, the alleged mastermind of the $250 million Feeding Our Future fraud scheme, deciding to testify in her own defense. Bach took the stand for a little over an hour Friday afternoon and answered questions from her attorney. They largely spent time discussing the organizational breakdown of Feeding Our Future. We learned there were 5 board members that Bach and her attorney say were in charge. They also argued other people were keeping track of meal counts, this seemingly setting up the argument that Bach was unaware of the fraud taking place. Bach said on average there were 60 to 70 staff members at Feeding Our Future, and that her role was to mostly review USDA regulations and Department of Education documents. She says she visited meal sites from time to time and oversaw a management team of 5 people, including herself. Bach's lawyer responding after court Friday when I asked Bach why she decided to testify.
That's not a way to get her to talk. You know that?
In a lot of cases, defense attorneys don't want their clients to testify because they're worried about what they'll do if they'll perjure themselves, meaning say something different than what they know is true.
Attorney Mike Bryant, who's not involved in this case, sharing his thoughts on why Bach may have decided to take the stand, even though this now allows the prosecution to cross-examine her.
Sometimes they think they can talk their way out of it. Sometimes they think they can add facts that'll make a difference. Sometimes they can show the jury that, they're not a bad person. There's a lot of different things that comes into a defendant's mind.
Today is just the beginning of Bach's testimony. She'll be back on the stand Wednesday as there is no court next Monday or Tuesday. Bach's attorney says he may be calling some other witnesses to the stand as well, so we will have to wait and see for that. Julie.